Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's Feel Good Friday video. I wanted to talk about co-regulating with people. So normally the hardest people to co-regulate with are people that are highly angry. So first thing is that anger is a secondary emotion triggered through our brain's amygdala when it sends a fear response into the body, where we've got either a fight, flight, or freeze response. So the fight response is the angry response. So typically you'll find people that are highly angry. The anger has been triggered by either three things. Firstly, the fear, something that they're afraid of. Secondly, the shame, something they feel like they're completely worthless about, that they believe they are not a good person, a bad person. So that's the shame. And the last one is pain, something that's hurt them and they're responding to it. So if you can understand that we're not trying to respond to anger as a primary emotion, we're trying to respond to the actual primary emotions of fear, shame, and pain, and how the difference I would respond. So sometimes with anger, we might be actually scared ourselves, and you respond to fear with fear, it increases it. Whereas if someone's angry and I can actually see their pain, or I can see their shame, or I could see their fear, and if I can touch that or connect with that, and then I want to be able to empathize with it. And if I can grab it and say, oh, you look like you're really hurting. Let's try to get some space. It looks like you're really hurting right now. And I want to be as gentle as possible. Well, what does fear, shame, and pain need? It needs a wrap of comfort. So how can I actually be a nurturing, comforting space? And that's tricky if we can't actually hug someone. So a family member, if they like to be hugged, maybe a hug works. Not obviously if someone's trying to throw punches and they're that wild, but if we can't touch them, like with students, we've got to try to use our tone of voice. I want to be really gentle. I want to slow it down. I want to make sure that I am a safe place so that eventually they can connect in with my energy, my being, my safety, my comfort, my intention if someone is angry is to see that they're not actually trying to hurt me or trying to be aggressive towards me. Maybe they are, and maybe I'm not the best person, but if they're not and they're angry, I want to see that they're hurting or they're scared or they're in shame, and therefore I want to gentle myself and bring them down and see what that is. I want to try and find the reason that they're hurting, and then just take them somewhere and settle. Because whilst the amygdala's on, while that anger response is on, our brain's offline. So it's not like I'm going to be able to reason with you. If I'm super angry, I'm not going to be able to answer questions like why I'm angry or what happened or any of that stuff. But what I will be able to respond to is a gentle energy that someone can bring to help me co-regulate down. And when I get back online, and that means our higher cognitive functions are online, then I can start to unpack what's happened. So look, there's so much more to that. I love to tell some stories about de-escalating anger, but these are just short, sharp videos. So I hope that helps. But the bottom line is, if someone is in an emotionally dysregulated state, try to be as regulated as possible and connect with them and try to gently bring them back down into their regulated state so as they can get their cognitions back online and they can increase their functionality and return to whatever it was they were doing. So I hope that helps. Have a great Friday and have a lovely weekend.